Hi guys, in this video we are going to be talking about circles and arcs. In particular, we are going to learn how to identify three types of arcs and learn how to name those. So first let's talk about the types of arcs. The first type is a minor arc, which is less than 180 degrees. So it's a small central angle less than 180 degrees that will match up with the minor arc. Major arcs are arcs that have a central angle that is more than 180 degrees, and so that arc will correspond there. It's a major arc. And the third type is a semicircle, which will be exactly 180 degrees. So that one has a different name, semicircle. And so I'm going to use this diagram here to talk about naming some of these. So first let's talk about naming a minor arc. We will want to use two capital letters to name a minor arc. So from our diagram we can see that you have a minor arc going from T to C, or from C to T, because it has an angle of 62 degrees and that is less than 180. You can also look over here and notice that you have an angle of 118 degrees. So the arc that goes with that could be called MC or CM, again using two capital letters to name that. For a major arc, we will need to use three capital letters. And that will be because we have to know which way to go. So for example, C to T to M is a major arc. It's more than half the circle. It's more than 180 degrees. So I could name it CTM or MTC. Okay, so that would be a way to look at that. If I were just to use the letters C and M, the starting and the ending point, I wouldn't know whether you were going around the large major arc or if you were just going with the minor arc from C to M. And so that's why that third letter is really needed to show you the direction that you're going. Now it is best practice to name a semicircle with three capital letters. So here I notice that 118 degrees and 62 degrees add up to 180. And so from T to C to M is a semicircle. I could also go the other direction and name it MCT. But if this is 180, this other side is also 180, and there's a somewhat problem there because I only have two letters on each of the ends of that arc to identify it. So in this case, it would be okay to use TM, and I would assume that if you only use T and M that you were talking about this large arc. And if you use TCM, you would be talking about this other semicircle. However, if it were me, I would go ahead and just add another little point in here, make up a letter for it, and name it with the three letters that you would have on this side at that point. That would be a good way to make sure that whoever was looking at your answer knew exactly which side of the circle that you were talking about. So let's practice with this diagram and identify some major arcs, minor arcs, and semicircles. And this is a good time to pause the video and try this on your own if you would like. So I look at this and I see several arcs that are minor arcs, less than 180 degrees. So I have from B to E, I have C to D, I have B to C, and I have D to E. All four of those smaller ones are minor arcs. Notice that when we write the name, we use both the letters and then we put a curve over it. Plenty of major arcs are available here. I just made a short list here. We've got B, C, E, so that's a huge one. E to C to D, that showed me which way I was going, so I was going in this direction. And then CDE is another one, and CDB is a fourth one, although there are probably several more that you could name. For semicircles, we have BCD showing you this top portion, and we have DEB showing you this lower portion. And if you'll notice, the 115 and 65 add up to 180, and the 25 and 155 add up to 180. So those are our semicircles. Everything has the big arcs over it. Thank you for taking time to view this video and learn a little bit about arcs.